Hello everyone, I'm Sanidhya and this is episode 2 of Psychology of Money presented by the Literary Launch. Today we'll start with the first chapter of the book and listen us till the end to find out what's special in next video. I'm sure that the next video will be very surprising for you. A little bit of reveal will be at the end. So let's start with the chapter No One's Crazy. When we observe people around us, we judge them as if they are doing something crazy with their money. But no one is crazy. People from different generations, raised by different parents, who earn different incomes and held different values in different parts of the world, born into different economies, experiencing different job markets with different incentives, luck, uh, different lessons. Everyone has different opinion how things work based on their first-hand experience. Thus, what seems crazy to you will make sense for me. You know stuff about money that I don't know, and vice versa. You have different life beliefs, goals, and forecasts than me, not because that one of us is smarter, but because our lives are shaped differently from different experiences. Your personal experiences with money may make up about 0.0000001% of what's happened in the world, but maybe 80% of what you think how the world works. So, equally smart people can disagree about why recessions happen, how would you invest your money, what you should prioritize, how much risk should you take, and so on. Let me give you an example. 1928 was a very traumatic year across the world and especially America. It was the Great Depression. And 25 years later, John F. Kennedy was running for the election of President of United States. Now, this fellow was asked by a reporter about what he remembered about the Great Depression. Here's his answer. I have no first-hand knowledge of depression. My family had one of the great fortunes of the world and it was worth more than ever then. We had bigger houses, more servants, we traveled more. About the only thing that I saw directly was when my father hired extra gardeners just to give them jobs so they could eat. I really did not learn about the depression until I read about it at the Harvard. So as you can see that no amount of studying can recreate the pain and fear of uncertainty. I can read about what it is like to lose everything in Great Depression, but I do not have any emotional scars of those who really experience it. Spreadsheets can make the model historic frequency of big stock market declines, but they cannot model the feeling of coming home, looking at your kids, and wondering if you have made a mistake that will impact your life. As investor Michael Batnick says, some lessons have to be experienced before understood. In 2006, economists Ulrike Malmendier and Stephen Nagel from the National Bureau of Economic Research dug through 50 years of the survey of consumer finances, a detailed look at what Americans do with their money. The economists found that people's lifetime investment decisions are heavily anchored to the experiences those investors had in their own generation, especially experiences early in their adult life. If you grew up when inflation was high, you invested less of your money in bonds later in life compared to those who grew up when inflation was low. If you happened to grow up when the stock market was strong, you invested more of your money in stocks later in life compared to those who grew up when the stocks were weak. Economics wrote, our findings suggest that individual investors' willingness to bear risk depends on their personal history, not intelligence or education or sophistication, just the dumb luck of when and where you were born. People's view on money were formed in different worlds, and when that's the case, a view about money that one group of people think is outrageous can make perfect sense to another. Every decision people make with money is justified by taking the information they have at the moment and plugging it into their unique mental model of how the world works. Those people can be misinformed, they can have incomplete information, they can be bad at maths, they can be persuaded by rotten marketing, they can have no idea what they are doing, they can misjudge the consequences of their actions. And the idea, what you are doing seems crazy. But I kind of understand why you are doing it. This uncovers the root of many of our financial decisions. Few people make financial decisions purely with a spreadsheet. They make them at the dinner table or in a company meeting, places where personal history or your own unique view of the world, ego, pride, marketing, and all incentives are scrambled together into a narrative that works for you. Let's see another point to be thought about. The New York Times wrote in 1955 about the growing desire but continued inability to retire. To rephrase an old saying, everyone talks about retirement, but apparently very few do anything about it. It should surprise no one that many of us are bad at saving and investing for retirement. We are not crazy, we are all just newbies. Because the concept of money is not much familiar and is new. Dogs were domesticated 10,000 years ago and still retain some behavior of their wild ancestors. Yet, here we are, with between 20 and 50 years of experience in the modern financial system, hoping to be perfectly acclimated. For a topic that is so influenced by emotion versus fact, that is a problem. And it helps explain why we don't always uh, do what we are supposed to do with the money. We all do crazy stuff with money because we are all relatively new to this game, and what looks crazy to you might make sense to me. But no one is crazy. We all make decisions based on our own unique experiences that seem to make sense to us in a given moment. Okay, now that's where we end our video. I promised for a special teaser of what comes next. In the next chapter, we will discuss how one of the wealthiest person on earth, youngest billionaire at his time, who disrupted Silicon Valley, the man Bill Gates got rich. Stay tuned with us, like, share and subscribe. Goodbye till the next video.